Today's video, we are watching a MASTERS Kiriko support player. So they're gonna play a little bit of Kiriko, a little bit of BAP. Now what's interesting about this game, but what I'm looking forward to seeing here. One, they get accused of not healing enough. This can happen with Mauga comps because Mauga requires a lot of healing. Two, they wanna know if they did do enough healing, and it's also fun to look at this and be like, what support should you run with Mauga? Let's find out. Hope you enjoy this. Sub to the YouTube if you haven't, and it's time. I will say, looking at this comp currently right here, your Mauga is going to struggle. Lucio Kiriko will not be enough to keep your Mauga alive if they're playing the way that you want to play Mauga. So, like, your comp right now will probably... Your Mauga should struggle a little bit. Good job saving your... Good job saving your bash, and so far, so good. I'll be honest with you. Like, so far, so good. This is a Masters game.
Let me balance you out.
Did buff May's not playing May? Well, maybe they won't play May because they want May buffed. You ever think about that?
Come here.
Like, they refuse to play May because they think May should be buffed and is really bad right now. And the only time they'll play May again is when May is buffed.
The breeze brings relief.
Good patience with your Suzu. I'm happy with it for now. So far, so good. You gotta wait for the purple now. Wait for the purple in the cleanse. Uh-oh. So just a little bit of a side note on this. It can become really difficult to catch up on heals. If, like, basically your Suzu in this situation basically needs to be used for Ana Grenade or Sleep. If it's, like, an even matchup, okay? So your Mauga will not have a good time if you're using Cleanse on, like, a Lucio in front of you. So you gotta remember that with your cleanses. It's an unfortunate part about the team comp, but, like, I mean, yeah, you gotta cleanse that. I mean, you had to do that. That's fine. Good job by your teammates to peel, but they're not gonna have enough healing. They're gonna get rolled over time, I think. Maybe not. Ended up evening out the numbers. In theory, it should be that your Lucio would go Ana here and you'd run Ana Kiriko. But if for some reason you don't have an Ana, you don't have an Ana, you're gonna want to switch off Kiriko and go Ana to help with those heals. Now, I think you mentioned you go BAP, so I'm really interested to see how it goes with BAP, because BAP can be okay in that comp. Like, not terrible, but I like the idea of Ana just because it helps so much keep your teammate alive, and that nano boost alone can help your Mauga so much. But we'll see. There's plenty of time in this game. We'll go from there, all right? We're chilling. Wait for it. You see your Mauga's HP, how it's just gradually going down? Like, the way that Mauga is... Now, I do want to point something out, because you said that your tank is complaining about not getting enough heals. There comes a certain point where, like, okay, you can make an adjustment soon, you can switch heroes, you can help out your Mauga. But there also needs to be a point where the Mauga needs to recognize that, like, the healing comp right now, the support line that you have, will not keep the Mauga alive. So, like, if they play too aggro. So at a certain point, the Mauga needs to just back up in certain situations. I'll do this sometimes when I'm on tank, if, like, I feel like I have to play a tank against a certain comp. I'll adjust my play style, because it's like, if I go in there, I will feed every time. And if I keep going in there, like, if they don't end up switching, then I'm going to be, like, I have to find a way to make it work with the team comp if I'm going to play that hero, right? So you have to kind of adjust your play style at that point, too. So it goes kind of like in a situation where, yes, you probably want to go, if your Lucio isn't going to swap to something that will help the Mauga, then you're going to want to switch to something that will help the Mauga. But in the meantime, while you're in that scenario where, like, you haven't had an opportunity to switch off, your Mauga needs to make adjustments to their playstyle in the meantime. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna get fall over. Like, you're there, you're healing them, but, like, there's nothing if the Mauga does that every time, they're gonna fall over. That playstyle adjustment needs to happen by your tank. And yes, you're gonna have to swap, but there hasn't been any opportunity to swap. Like at this point, you've survived these team fights. You had one time to come back from spawn. Like you can't swap yet, so the best thing you can do is probably be like, hey, listen, I will swap, but like I can't swap yet. I haven't been able to swap. I'll swap the moment I can. Also, use your Kitsune. Oh, you're in a tough spot now. I honestly, I think you keep Kitsune.
Shut it down.
I think you keep it.
Interesting.
Yep. And see, you run into this issue, and this is why, like, I always... Sometimes you'll see me use my ultimate, and I'll get, like, in a lamb, and then we lose the team fight. I'm like, I'm just glad I can switch heroes. Because, like, you know, it's... Sometimes you can get stuck on an ultimate. Like, let me give you an example. If you have Diva ult, and you're going up against a comp that, like, basically they can just prevent any value from it, I'll switch off. I don't even care if I have Diva ult at that point. I will literally switch off, because I won't get any value out of my ultimate in comparison to what the next tank I go will bring to my team. I'll straight up switch off Diva ult. All right, you got to heal. You got to be there and heal your teammate too. You're AFK for a second. You literally, with Mauga, you're going to be there the whole time. Like, all right, I'm going to keep you alive. I got this. I got you. Like, Mauga's going to be over there just, like, holding, like, 2 buttons down on the other tank. How do I know this? Because I play tank. And you're going to be over there sweating buckets. Like, you're gonna have 5 buckets of just sweat trying to keep up your Mauga, but that's just how it goes right now in this meta. So, it's just... That was... You said that you didn't like that Kitsune Rush? I'm going to be honest with you, I'm totally fine with it. At this point, you need to get off of the hero. That's kind of on both of you right there. Yep. I really think they use their ultimate to do exactly what I was talking about. I think it's just to literally make a play, see if you get in the limb, go from there. Now you're on BAP and they switched off Mauga. We'll see what happens though. That lamp's fine. You're saving your teammates at an angle. They gotta back up into it. Yeah, see, if your Zarya plays like this though, if your Zarya plays like this the whole game, there will not be enough healing in the game to keep them alive to what they're doing. That isn't on you. Yeah, because you're throwing a heal out there, but that ain't on you. If they're gonna play like that every time, then they're gonna have times where they just fall over. Just so you know. How do I know this? Because I do that sometimes on tank and go, whoops, I played that too aggro. I'm gonna fall back. It happens. It happens. Proactive with the window. I want you to use your window a little bit earlier right now. If you wait too long, you're not gonna be able to win this. It's just window for your team. It's gonna benefit your team. The longer you wait in this window, the more likely this window doesn't ever happen. Yeah, you're fine now. Don't window. But that was risky. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you windowed that, I would not have been upset. That was risky. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one too. It worked out. It was a good play, and you had a vision of how it would go, and it went well. So now I want you to window aggressively though. Don't be afraid to go like right here or something and just window. I'm not even kidding you. Solo windows for BAP can be so good. Don't be afraid to do that. Window your team now to keep them alive. Okay, so one thing that... No. We gotta stop for a second. Listen, I was letting you get away with the window on the team fight before, but there is zero reason not to use your window at this point, especially at this point in the game. Also, just to point out to you, and I think most people, some people know this, some people don't, you get extra heals through your window. So if they get grabbed and then you window and right-click, your heals are going to be unreal on your teammates. So window not only would have allowed you to keep up your teammates in that situation, you could have also done a little bit of damage through there if you had time to do that. So in that spot, you need to window that to keep your teammates alive. Your teammates you're going to right-click into a grab. Like, healing through a window is so key. It's why sometimes if you watch me play tank, and you know, someone might be like, why'd you go in front of the window? Like, you got to get the window damage. Like, I'm going in front of the window so my support can keep me alive. That's why. My damage output ain't going to matter if I'm in spawn, right? So I go in front of the window to get the increased healing for my teammates, which can then keep me alive, and then I can use the window if I need to, or at least give the benefit to my teammates. So, like, what you did there is you just didn't use your ult. And now, even if you use your ult, it's going to be in the spawn room, because there's no way in heck you're going to get back in time. Now you just saved your window. So, like, that is a spot where right away, just recognize that you can do that with your window and you'll be fine. But you just didn't use it at all. So anyway, teammates said you weren't doing enough healing. I think it's a kind of both right now. We'll see what happens on this half where you go back to Kiriko, and we'll go from there. At least had the window to start off, and we were playing the Save Your Ultimates one. I don't have to cleanse that, but I'm not going to, at the same time, when I play Kiriko, it's really enticing just to hit a button. And Suzu's the first button you'll probably hit. I'm fine with it. I don't know. It's all good. You won't need it this early. Do the heals get stronger with Mercy through window? No. I'm watching. In this comp, by the way, I'm okay with Kiriko Lucio here. I still think if you can find ways to implement Ana into some of your... That's on your Zarya. That's not on you. They took so much damage and fell over. They're on Mercy Zen right now, so I think your tank would benefit to switch into, like, Sigma right now. Zarya's going to be okay, like, third point, but I think on first point here, it might not be the best. You won't really ever see me play Zarya on Junkertown first point. Can you make it work? Absolutely. I mean, there's some great Zarya players who can absolutely make it work. I am good at Zarya, but this map is too long range for me to even try to find that value with Zarya. But if it works, it works. So. I want to see an aggressive Kitsune out of you here. Like, right away. I know you have ults, but like... That's actually a good save by you. Your teammates would have been rolled before this ult even started. Yeah, good luck to your Bastion. That's tough. Well, they didn't like your Bastion. But now they're out of position, so you should get a free pick. Especially your Zarya. Your Zarya should get a free pick here, 100%. They ate the grab. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's one of those... That's one of those they eat your grab and the Zarya goes, "Where are my heals? What's going on? Oh, what the?" Grab right into the Sigma? Yeah, we've all been there. Don't be afraid to Kitsune this point to win this point. I know that, like, they have ults coming up, but it's okay to, like wait, like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm glad you used it. I was gonna say you can wait an extra second if you want to. That just helps with, the Zenyatta ultimate timing, but that was perfect. That's a great Kitsune. Don't be afraid to win a point, especially, like, there comes this thing where players want to have that perfect ultimate, but if you win a point, that is the perfect ultimate to me. That is totally fine with me. Good ult. You can be the one to push point because you can TP. This is like an older, well, not older strat. I mean, the game's been out for, like, Overwatch has been out for, like, a little bit over a year, but, like, this is what you would normally do is you have the Kiriko end up on the cart, and then you eventually go in to help your team. So you'll get off the cart, but you get the cart time, so your teammates can get that map control. Problem is, your Zarya is just over-committed to the play. I don't know if that was communicated, but your Zarya should be playing a little bit further back if you're the one who's stuck on cart. This is going to go back to what I was saying. Your Zarya, basically, it seems like they have, like, one play style here, and if you don't play exactly into that play style, they're going to automatically think they're not getting healed. But the problem is that if you're the one that's forced to go to cart because nobody else wants to go to cart, then the Zarya can't push that far up. That's just being too aggressive as a tank. I do it sometimes. Like, that's what I as a tank, I get too aggressive sometimes like that, and I'll be like, that's on me. That was way too aggro. Now, granted, maybe the Zarya didn't know the Kiriko was the one pushing the cart, and that could be a slightly different story. But yeah. What rank? This is Masters. They were playing, this is a Masters VOD we're watching. Oh yeah, they're overextended and they're saying they're not getting healed. Like, it's... to give you an idea, there's just so much damage in Overwatch that, like, sometimes it's just hard to keep your teammates up. Now, I would like to see a Kitsune again here, if you need to. You gotta pick. Your Zarya's fine, your Bash is fine. Yeah, you're fine. Alright. Now, an aggressive ultimate would be nice. Your team would benefit from this. It would help your team. See, it sucks because you have to use your... Like, you're almost having to use your Suzu when you don't want to. I don't mind this Kitsune. Good Kitsune. Good job. Look for your Bastion's HP. Your Bastion. That one was on you. That one was on you. If your Zarya stays out there, they're gonna get rolled. It's not your fault. It's on your Zarya. Hey, you got a trade though? Also, there's a certain point where like one of your teammates needs to kind of push the cart. Like you need to be in these team fights a little bit more with the way that your tank is playing. So like as much as I want, as much as Kiriko can push the cart, if you, that's my mouse. I heard that sound. As much as I don't mind Kiriko pushing the cart, like your Zarya just plays way too aggro at times. So you need to be there with them. That's a grab. I mean, it's gonna work. It should work. And they got out of there. Wow, what a treat. Maybe not. Maybe it's just... Yeah, there you go. You're just staggering them. Zarya needs to fall back. Like, look where Zarya's position is. It just... They just can't expect to be fully healed in some of these situations. Soto, thanks for the Fridge Prime. Thank you. You're talking about the Suzus? I mean, they've missed some Suzus for sure, but like sometimes, like for example, the Bastion walked in front of the Suzus. It just happened. Talking about the missed shots in Kiriko? That happens. I'm not. I see it happen in top 100. It's not. I would go up there with your Zarya. If they're not going to fall back, I would go up there with your Zarya. Also, I want you to use Kitsune the moment you get it. I would play to save your Zarya here. Maybe not. I don't know. You have this easily. Alright, there you go. Yeah, so just to kind of like go back to the initial point you asked in this, I think healing-wise it's fine. So, alright, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think it's kind of both of what's happening here. Your tank plays really aggressive. You eventually just need to go with your Zarya. I think that's going to be the only way that's going to consistently work is just go with your Zarya. Is my best bet. Is Lucio Kiriko a good comp? It's okay. I mean, I'm still kind of in the I prefer the Ana comps right now, but like it does work. It depends on what the other team's running. Anything else with you? How your team's playing? And thank you. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know on that one. That was just a good play by their team. You took damage there, but like I felt like that happened so quick. So I just reset. And we're watching. Let's see what your play is here. Stick with your Zarya. Stick with your Zarya for now. Stick with your Zarya for now. That was certainly a cleanse. I want you to TP away. Good TP into your Lucio because you can get healed by your Lucio. Excellent choice. They're going for you, but your team's not really helping you in that spot, so good job. I'm okay with that. Outside, I mean, the cleanse was a little bit, like, suspect, but, like, I think overall that was a good play. Good reaction, good TP spot, because, like, your Lucio can save you. And then, yeah, your teammate won that part of the round. Good job. Did they miss the cleanse? No, that's what I was saying. I think the Suzu just was not an ideal Suzu. That was a cleanse. That was used. Remember, your Zarya plays aggro, so I want you to kind of play into that playstyle for a little bit. They're not adjusting their playstyle, so this is where you need to start making a slight adjustment. I always say, like, if your team is all doing a strategy together, it's going to be better than all 5 of you doing different stuff. Whether or not it's a good strat, a bad strat, etc., as long as your team is committed together to win it, especially in Overwatch, it's very... I find in solo queue ranked, it can be very difficult to find everybody's on the same page with what they're doing, so the team that ends up on the same page more often than not can win that game, right? So, if they're going to play aggro, you know what? Be right there to help them. And hey, you won! So, I think the best way to explain this right now, so when they said that you weren't healing enough, when they were on Mauga, they were, it's their play style. A lot of the time when you get a tank who has a very aggressive play style, they're expecting that you're going to put all your resources into them. So from their point of view, you're not healing them. I think overall you were fine. You obviously had some missed Suzus, like I think that window play on BAP obviously wasn't ideal. But I think overall it's just recognizing the comp you're on and then making an adjustment based off of that. If your tank's going to play aggro, like I don't think it was a lack of healing. I think the majority of the time your tank played too aggressive. But then, like, if you were kind of stuck in a spot where if you got off cart didn't push. If you went up there with, and if you stayed on cart, your Zarya died. And you were in this difficult spot, right? That's pretty much where we're at that point. So, yeah, to answer that question, I don't think you did, I don't think you were playing that bad. Obviously, you missed some abilities here and there. Recommendations, if you have a Mauga, go Ana. Just, it's going to be the easiest go-to character right now for Ana. It benefits your team with the Ana grenade, too. Bap's still going to be okay there. Like, Bap's still going to be good, but I think Ana's the play. If I'm on Mauga, I probably prefer, like, Ana Kiriko than I do, like, Kiriko Lucio. You say, why isn't Kiriko good enough for the heals there? It's not even, like, it's more about on the lines of you can't do anything else but, like, put the resources into the Mauga at that point. So if you try to do anything else, which this Kiriko was trying to do, then you'll fall behind on heals. And if your Mauga refuses to hide behind cover at any point, they'll also fall behind. Like, think about this. The Ana grenade also helps your Mauga. So when you heal your friendly teammates, you notice how, like, it'll turn yellow? That is a increased heals for your teammates. So if you get the heal boost on the grenade on your Mauga, their lifesteal is now also benefited from that, right? So the utility you bring is there is good. Don't get me wrong. Having a Kiriko is great. And, like, if the option is you're not going to have an Ana, but you're going to have a Kiriko, I'll take a Kiriko if I'm going to be somehow stuck on Mauga. But, like, in my opinion, that's why Ana is so good in that situation. Anyway, if you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. Sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Like I said, we've been doing everyday uploads on all 3 of them, so if you haven't stopped by, sub to all the YouTubes. A lot of awesome videos on there. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You will see my Discord. That's where you submit spectating, in there. Also follow everything in the description, because if you follow everything, then you follow everything. They're like, wow, look at all the followers and all that. We watch these live on stream too. You can see the Twitch chat right there. That's what you see below the webcam. So stop by if you haven't. It's a lot of fun here. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day /night.